Hey, have you ever heard someone say, "What's the point of learning the 古筝 now? It cannot be used as a meal. It will not help me get into a good school. Can learning the 古筝 help me get promoted, get a raise, and change my life? What's the future of learning the 古筝 nowadays?" Have you also often thought like this? If it is so, you must watch this video to the end. Today, I want to use a very simple example to tell you why such questions are false propositions, and we will miss the biggest opportunity to turn our life around. Some people ask, is it useful to learn the 古筝? This question is like, before you fall in love with someone, will you first ask, is it useful to love him or her? Before you plant a flower, will you first ask, is it useful to plant flowers? Before you adopt a pet, will you first ask, is this dog or cat useful? When you like something, do you first think whether it is useful before you learn or buy it? The most likely scenario will be that once you like something or someone, you don't care whether it will be useful in the future. You will just go for it. Is that correct? Learning the 古筝 is not for getting rich, getting promoted, or getting a pay raise. More importantly, the moment you start learning the 古筝, you are pulled out of your original perspective on life. Learning the 古筝 is a process of moving upwards, which changes the breadth and the depth of your life in the process of learning. Let me use the question that people often ask nowadays. Is studying useful? As an example. Imagine this. When you were in junior high school, the people around you were all from the same town. When you were in high school, you could get to know people from other provinces. When you were in college, you could meet the good students from all over the country. When you were in graduate school, the best and the smartest people in the world were around you. For those who don't study, their cognition is determined by the people around them, and their way of life is also trapped by the people around them. The only way they can understand the world is whatever the people around them say, they live the way they do. This is a problem of cognitive level. But after going to school to learn things, every time you take a step forward, your cognition will be reopened. Ancient Chinese scholar Xunzi said, when you stand high and wave farther, it is not because your arms have become longer, but because you stand higher, so you can see farther. Studying allows you to stand at a higher position and see a further world. You will naturally have more opportunities and possibilities to break through, and you will have more choice in life. So what does learning the 古筝 have to do with all this? It has a lot to do with it. Learning the 古筝 is like opening a window to the world. Your hearing starts to become more delicate, and you can hear sounds you have never heard before. It improves your concentration, rhythm, and endurance, and develops your creative and expression. These are exactly the core abilities that make the difference between people. If you look at those who have become influential figures on stage, in the education field, in the technology world, or on the internet, how many of them are because they know an art, music, have a deep love, and can devote themselves to the skills they like? The answer is almost all of them. Many doctors and lawyers can not only play various Chinese and Western musical instruments, but also form orchestras and choirs. In Western, learning a musical instrument is considered a common skill. Everyone learns to play at least one musical instrument from a young age. The purpose of learning music is not to be a music genius, enter music school, participate in competitions, become a musician, or make money. Instead, learning music is a way to train one's concentration, endurance, and creativity. One can even use the rhythm and the movement of breathing to regulate one's health. Learning the 古筝 is not just for performance, but for the opportunity to have more choice in the future. You can teach, create, perform, tell stories, and even build your own brand or channel. But if you don't start anything, none of these options will have anything to do with you. 古筝 is a Chinese music instrument. It is cheaper than Western instruments, has nice music, and is easy to learn. It is the best choice for beginners. Do you know that many people who were originally just office workers have changed their lives because they learned 古筝? Some mothers opened parent-child classes after learning 古筝, which gave them an extra income. Some office workers gained respect and connections in the community because they could play and perform. Some people even use the method of practicing 古筝 to learn to simplify problems, solve it in life, and make work and life smoother. These are not miracles, but the result of their willingness to give themselves a starting point. So, if you are still asking, what's the point of learning the 古筝? I want to tell you. When learning something, don't worry about whether it is useful or not. What is useful? Is it more important to calm down and find your own rhythm than to make a little money? The 古筝 is not a tool for grades or competition. It is a medium that allows you to reconnect with yourself and improve your cognitive level. You are not just practicing musical notes, but learning how to understand and get along with yourself. What you need to do is not to doubt, but to start. So next time, when you want to ask, is learning 古筝 useful? Please ask yourself first, do I want to live a richer, freer, and more stable life? Do I want to create my own value? If the answer in your heart is yes, then I sincerely invite you to click on the contact information below and come to talk to me one-on-one to see if 古筝 can open up another possibility of life for you. Let me help you find the direction that suits you best. Let you also stand on the stage of your life, and you will find that this is not just learning a musical instrument, but a turning point in life.